I don't know what the,
There we
okay,
go.
there we go. Okay, I am just going to share the screen with some announcements. If I disappear, I will come back, and I will try not to do that though. Oh, what's dealio? Okay, so let's see here. All righty. So I tried to put everything in one place. I thought that would be easier, so that I could kind of show you what's happening. So on Thursday, this kind of came up quick, but I'll be helping lead our Thursday night, I guess we're calling it now Happy Hour for Your Skin. And anyone that joins, a consultant or any of your guests can join us. And you can win an Amazon or a Starbucks gift card. And if you don't like either of those, then we'll find something that you do like. So just letting you know, those are kind of fun that anybody can win. And then I'll be showcasing the TimeWise Miracle set, but also I wanted to show the dynamic wrinkle limiter as well, because that's kind of a fun new one. So
Yeah.
hope you can join us. It starts at 7. Esmeralda B. Does anybody know who that is?
Uh-uh.
I don't either, but I can check and see. Maybe someone's just borrowing someone else's device. Hi, let's see, I'm just trying to say hi to Esmeralda. Just want to say hi, I don't think I've met you before. We are having our little Mary Kay meeting, so if you're able to let me know if you're one of our crowning lovelies, that would be excellent. We're just going through some announcements here.
It's Laura.
Oh, hi, Laura. Okay, good. All right, just want to make sure. Thank you, Laura. Thank you for joining us. Okay, I'm going to pop back on here with some more announcements. So let's see, here we go. All righty, and then also, this is a little sticker pack that you can earn by the end of the month for anyone who's got 225 wholesale in already. So instead of going halfway through the month and getting there, this is for anyone who has 225 in. So many of you will be getting this. It's just a little thank you for supporting my business that you can use if you want to on customer orders, that kind of thing. So, and then this is our little spring buzz kit that you can earn for your orders. This should say the stack of spring lookbooks that you can get that are brand new. They'll be coming out very soon. And then you can also earn full-size products. And I can't wait to show you, because you're going to love the new spring products. They're very exciting. And then this is just a little tracker you can use if that helps you to kind of see where you're at on there. And this is in our Crowning Lovelies group. It's also here in our little boards thing that I shared in our group too. And then the last one is just that we're working on earning our car again. So this is where we're at. We were a lot further along. I'm going to stop sharing the screen here and hopefully I don't disappear again. Let's see if I can figure out how to do this. Here we go. Okay. There we go. Okay, so we were a lot farther along with the car, but what happened was we had to hit a certain amount by like Christmas time, and then if we weren't able to do that, then we had to kind of, so it was, let's see, I'm starting over. We start by quarter. So didn't realize July, August, September, we were working on requalifying for the car. So I called on December 1st and found out, sure enough, we are. And we have till the 31st to finish it. And if we didn't finish it, they'd give us like a grace period. So we're in that grace period from now till March 31st to earn it. So I'm just going to keep track with little pink squares as we go, and we'll just keep on going. And the goal is to make it happen again. And I know we can do it. So just wanted to share. That's why we had so many filled out, but then we didn't get to keep those since they took that quarter. We're taking extra time, basically. But if you want to know more, I can share more. But that's the nitty gritty anyway. So, okay, I am checking out. Oh, okay, Laura, I see it here. Okay, all right. Are there any questions that I can answer before we get started on we're gonna hear from Newbury this week. Let's see here. Okay. So funny, oh, there's everybody. And by the way, Georgie, I love your haircut. It looks so cute. Very fun.
It is. I love it.
And there's Dewey. Oh, so cute. All righty, I will go get this started here. So, and then you can let me know if you cannot hear, please tell me so that we are able to all hear. Let's see. And then there's a notes section you can use as well here if you've printed this off. And we're just going to take notes on her story. Why did she want to blaze a new trail? What was her inspiration? What changed in her business because she blazed that new trail? And how does her story inspire you? Do you have any takeaways? What are some key things you'll remember? And she's like one of, I don't know how old she is. I was trying to figure that out, but I couldn't figure it out. Anyway, she's been with Mary Kay since like 1969. So a long time. That is pretty cool. All righty, I will find her and whoops.
Elite National Sales Director
Can you hear?
Emeritus. And I live in the Dallas, Texas area now, after having lived in several parts of this country heretofore. When I was a brand new beauty consultant, I was excited about the possibilities, although the only person I ever met was my recruiter, who was also a sales director, between holiday visits. So she and I only met for one lunch, but all of her enthusiasm sold me on giving this a try. And thanks to a little loan from my dad to get my inventory and my showcase, I was able to pioneer the area of Richmond, Virginia, which is where we lived, and I was recruited in the Dallas area. But the most exciting thing about my commencement was that I said, I'm representing the newest and hottest thing in Dallas, Texas, in the area of skincare and makeup artistry, blah, 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 whatever it was I said that so many years ago. And but the key was people were curious. I had a good range of friends, so my beginning was pretty successful for about 3 months. And then my husband decided we were going to move all the way from Richmond to Boston, Massachusetts, and I had probably turned over 3 orders of inventory. It would have been very small by your terms, but it was a lot for me at that time. And I was the only one in the city. I was the only one in the city. And I was able to recruit one of my best customers to take over the business when we moved because of my husband's job. That's usually how things worked back then. So I moved to Boston, didn't know anybody. I was expecting my 3rd child, actually. And so I was going to have 3 children under the age of 6 or 7, something like that. I lost track along the way. But I met one of my neighbors in the street walking the babies one day, and after we had moved in, a lot of snow, a lot of cold weather. And she was welcoming me to the neighborhood, and she said, do you work? Do you have a job? And I said, oh, no, I don't work. And then I had to kind of jerk myself, and I said, well, actually, I represent this small cosmetics company out of Dallas, Texas. I'm sure you've never heard of it. Nobody else has. But it's called Mary Kay Cosmetics, and what I'm trained to do is to offer you a complimentary facial. You get to try everything all at one time in the privacy of your home or mine. So if you all would like to pop over for coffee tomorrow, I'd love to have you, and you can see what it's all about. There's no obligation. And that's the way my consultantship took root in Boston. And after, I don't know, I guess it was the better part of a year that I was doing it on and off. I'd meet people, I'd say, this is what I do. People were nice enough to say, sure, I'd love to see it. And in most cases, they bought. I mean, the product sold itself. There's no 2 ways about it. All I had to do was get it on their face. I truly believed in that much. So when my director called me long distance one day and encouraged me to think about the role of directorship, which I had no idea what it was. I had no idea what it entailed. I had never been to a company meeting. I didn't know anyone but her. And I kind of thought it was like a board of directors. I thought I was going to sit on some group of people and tell them what I thought every month. But that wasn't the case. And once she explained to me what the job was, and then I began to notice her paychecks in the magazine, the company newsletter. It was not colorful like it is now. It was very simple. But she was making a lot of money, and certainly for a woman. And my little family, even though we lived in a more prosperous city, the cost of living there was just as high as the potential income. So we were back where we started from. We had no money at the end of the month, no money at the end of the month. And I was going to have to make the difference. That's where you have to examine yourself as a consultant. How far, it's not a matter of how far do you intend to take this, it's a matter of what your present needs are, and are they going to grow into bigger needs later, depending upon your family lifestyle and your obligations. I had obligations, so I was willing to listen to her presentation of being a director. I didn't know how to recruit anybody. I talked my best friend into taking over the customers in Richmond. That was easy. But I didn't know how to recruit anyone, and I didn't want to overpromise or underdeliver. Again, I'd never met anyone in the company except my recruiter or seen anything. There was no videos. We had none of that. And so she just made a decision to fly up and help me. And that decision on her part would set the tone for the rest of my life. Honestly, it did. She insisted on coming quickly while we were having a hot, a live wire about it before I got cold feet. And she stayed in my home for 2 or 3 days, and anybody that I could get to come over and meet my lovely house guest and also hear about the company that I was representing, people came. I think I had 12 that were supposed to come, and actually 6 showed up. Well, the miracle was 24 hours later, 5 ladies out of those 6 had decided overnight to become consultants, and they wanted to see Carolyn one more day because she was going to do a training the next day. So her, once again, her influence, she charming, lovely, beautiful, intelligent, certainly professional, and it made a big difference. It did. And I wanted to be that kind of a difference going forward for whoever I had the chance to recruit. So I listened, I paid attention, I learned. She went back. I had my 3rd child born a week later. I was back on the road interviewing all the other people that I could even think of. And more than that, I had the confidence to sell the big picture, not the big picture, but there's the picture of how much money you could make by the hour, what a difference you could make with your family's finances and future. I learned. I listened and I learned. And I would encourage you to do the same thing. And then be willing to tell the story. Tell the Mary Kay Cosmetics story to each and every person who's willing to sit there and have a cup of coffee and ask questions maybe, or be interested. You won't win them all. I never did. Nobody can. It's not for everybody. But until you tell the story, along with your story, what motivated you to come into it, now you have living proof that you're making money. And if you're not, that'll be my next piece of advice to you. Be willing to hold a class every day. They all won't hold, so you don't have to worry about how to fill the time, but you need to be much more booked. I know that when I had good weeks, the bank account just showed right there, and it was like success breeds success. So multiply your actions and your intentions and follow through on all that. Otherwise, you tend to get a little, not lazy, but sluggish, and you lose confidence, and before you know it, you're losing a little belief. So the rest of it is history. But within 3 months of that visit of hers, and the 5 people she helped me recruit, I had gone on to get the rest of my team that was required to go all the way to Dallas and be a director in qualification and spend a whole week. I had a whole week of being trained by people from the office, the local sales directors in Dallas, and of course the lady herself. That's when I met Mary Kay herself, and she spent a whole entire day teaching us, most of all, how to lead our lives and be organized and be efficient and be personable and be truthful and be honest and follow through on each and everything you promise. If a customer is expecting a delivery at 10 o'clock, do not be there at 10:15. She may have already had to run to the doctor. I mean, just learn to treat people the way you would want to be treated in all situations. So I was on my way. I never looked back. That was January of 1971. I never looked back. I went on to become a director that spring, finished my not by landslides. I had the minimum number of team members, and the production with a few dollars over, I guess, but we were trailblazing, and we were alone. So I was having to act as the director to them as well as be the pioneer to finish the team. And then I had a wonderful 5 years. The next 5 years were just magical. We recruited, we team built. Mary Kay had taught me that my most important job would be to give my job away. So it's like, okay, I became a director, but it wasn't going to be about me anymore. It was going to be about you and you and you and anybody who thought they might want to be a director as well. And so, I'm so sorry. I would hold recruiting coffees in their homes. I would do exactly for them, what Carolyn had done for me without having to get on a plane and do it. So we built beyond Massachusetts, New Hampshire, Maine, Vermont, Connecticut. Anywhere I had a team member that had grown in the business and wanted to grow, I went and had a recruiting coffee. Sometimes we got all of them, sometimes we got one, sometimes we got none. It didn't matter. It didn't matter. It was the activity and the action and the belief that what we were doing was right that made it all so much fun and so worthwhile. And then after I was a director for 5 years, I had qualified to be a national sales director, having gone from pretty much nothing all the way to national, and having a wonderful team of 30 sales directors in my area that was going to launch what was going to become not only a record-breaking, but a historic area for the northeastern part, and then the rest of the Mary Kay world. Right after I became a national, the company started talking about opening Canada. And I thought, oh, wouldn't that be exciting? And it was just not that bad of a drive for me from Boston to Canada. And we had a couple of leads. A couple of my girls had contacts or extended family up there. And I mean, we were in the car before the first meeting could have taken place. Mary Kay was going to be a guest at an open house in Montreal. We were there the day before, prospecting just to come meet this lady and have a facial with us right here in the hotel. I mean, we just moved like the speed of light. If we believed it, we did it. And if someone followed us like a Pied Piper, we were thrilled. Well, that whole thing of Canada taught me about getting out of my town, out of my state, now out of my country, and bringing the opportunity to a country where women were underpaid. They were worse than America. And wasn't that exciting to give them something they could look forward to? I'm going to tell you, I wound up developing 8 national sales directors all across Canada, from one coast to the other. And those 8 went on to develop another 6 or 7. I've lost track. All I know is the Pilgrim family, as we are known to be, we are the Pink Pilgrims of New England. It's a historic group. It was a revolution, and we took our story and went as far as the world would take us. It was 11 years later, after I worked in Canada, I went up there every 6 weeks at least for the rest of my Mary Kay career, until we opened Mexico 11 years later, and I felt the draw. I had holidayed down there. I love the Mexican people, and I knew that they would just be thrilled with this. So I was on a plane as soon as the first opening guest event was announced, and Mary Kay was backstage. She looked at me and said, "What are you doing here? You're supposed to be taking care of Canada." I said, "Oh, they're well in place. We're doing great up there. Now I'm going to do Mexico." And she just blinked her eyes. And I went on to have the very first national sales director in the country of Mexico, and many more beyond her. She was an elite executive at the point of her retirement and passing on. And anyway, I could go on and on about this. Sometimes it gets almost unbelievable. But the point is, if you take a deep breath, make up your mind you want to be a star, a Mary Kay star, promise your family that you'll do everything that you possibly can to make this work for them and your husband, you're going to enjoy the journey. That's, I promise you. Please take a deep breath. Believe that you can do anything in the world that your mind and heart will let you do. Tell your husband, I'm out the door, but don't worry, I'll come back, and I'm going to have money when I come. And then just enjoy it. Enjoy the journey. I bless you all. Congratulations. You'll be great. And take a big bite and go on and work your way all the way to the top. You can do it. Love you.
Right. See here. Okay, well, that's Ann Newbury, and I've seen her at seminar before. Georgie, have you seen her? Sure.
Yeah, I've seen her.
Yeah, wow, that's incredible. Yeah, I just went to Canada and then I went to Mexico and I got all the national sales directors and it's just
And
incredible.
she's so nonchalant about it. I mean, I went here, I went here, I went here,
Yeah, like it's no big deal. Yeah, I'm on my way to Mexico, but I'll be back. So that's a good way to do it, not let anything rile you. So or any notes or I guess we could ask, was there a takeaway that you had? Anybody can share from what Anne had to share?
She had a strong belief in what she was doing was right.
Mm-hmm.
That struck me. And so every time I think, gosh, am I even cut out for this?
Mm-hmm.
Then I can think, well, what I'm doing is right. And
Mm-hmm.
right for me, right for other people that I'm trying to reach. And I'm really trying hard to reach. So,
Yes.
anyway.
That's good. Oh, that's great. Yeah, I think the biggest part that we can struggle with is just our own self-doubts of ourselves. And we just have to remember that, okay, there's a reason I'm here. There's a reason I'm doing this. Sometimes the journey, well, always it's like a roller coaster. I mean, I don't ever feel like I'm always high up here. I even have times that are rough myself. So you may not see them as much because I just talk with the directors about those usually, but I try to be as real as possible and let you know it takes time to build a business. So I thought that was really good. Thanks for sharing, Amy.
Also, what she said at the end about, just make up your mind that you will enjoy your journey.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of stuck out to me, just
Yeah,
make up your mind to do it and just do it.
exactly.
In the end, you'll enjoy it. So
Yeah, and not to, I guess the biggest part as well is spending so much time trying to figure out how to do it and not just jumping in and doing it. So I liked her idea of having a coffee and we're just going to hang out. I'm going to show you some things and it may not be for everybody and that's okay. It may be for somebody else that, it might be a better opportunity or the timing may not be perfect. And well, when is it ever perfect, right? So that's when it's really good. I just to enjoy the journey, and I think that's what Melanie's told me too. Just embrace the journey because that's what it is, and just trust in it. That is whatever is happening is for a reason, and so I think it's really good. Good reminders for all of us. So awesome. Well, and what's kind of fun too here is on the next page, I did not do this myself and I need to, is you can be a trailblazer for your own business if you're choosing to work it as a business. So if you were on today, you can give yourself 20 points. If you want to have an
I can't hear you, Leah.
yeah, I can't hear either.
I think Leah's muted somehow. She muted herself.
but I'm never going to be your boss telling you, okay, well, you better clock in. So, because you can do what works for you.
Leah, we couldn't hear anything you said.
Oh, there we go. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we
Yes.
can now.
Oh.
Yes.
Might be because I turned a certain way. Yeah. Any case, there's this little chart here to help you be a trailblazer. And these are just different ways that you can work your business and hopefully see some fruit from it. Because little by little, you'll start to notice, oh, I had a party. Okay, so you can kind of mark that off and give yourself a goal. So did anybody have any wins from last week? We had chatted about finding local people and how far we might want to go with that. Let's see here.
I did.
Got to go back.
A few. I found
What's
a few.
that?
Found a few people in my area that I dropped bags off to, like, just full of. It wasn't just Mary Kay goodies. I had little things like some chocolates and some little drink packets and things like that, so that they could do things while they were pampering themselves.
Oh,
Just a little bag of, and of course, I always made sure that there was a catalog with it, and just a little thank you note for being somebody who would take the time to try the products. So I had
great.
7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, sent out 7 and delivered 2 bags. So
Okay.
I know, but I only could go 50 miles because if I went 100 miles, I might as well go back over the mountain.
Yes. Gotta be smart. That's great. I've seen that too, where they just call them blessing bags. You're just going out and blessing people, and you don't know how they're going to respond. But it's how nice would that be? I mean, I can't think of any time that I didn't want to accept a little chocolate or a little drink and skincare stuff. So that's great. I think you'll
Yeah.
start to see the fruit from that. Awesome. Cool. Any other wins from the week? I was going to share one random one that happened this week. It was maybe you might have seen it. Just putting it's a bingo board, and I put it in my group, my beautiful lovelies group, and just and it says, like, if you're a newlywed, if you have brunette hair, it has all these different characteristics of women. And I just said, are you one of these? I'd love to. I think it's something like get together with you and I'm in a race. I'm trying to win and get all of these squares filled out. So do any of these describe you? Well, by the end of the first night, I had just a couple. And I think I have one to go. There's 25 squares. And I thought, I can't possibly, I could, but to send out 25 different pampering packets and all these things just about was going to give me a heart attack. So I thought, you know what? I'm just going to do one big party and have them all join in. And then we're going to do that next week. And they're all going to be hostesses. And I'm going to see what happens with that. And it's kind of a little crazy. But I figure, like Anne was saying, not everybody's going to come. Not every party's going to hold. So then for some of those spots, I had a couple people in there. And so I'll let you know how it goes. I'm going to do a skincare party and show them, have them jump on the Zoom on Thursday night. The very last Zoom that we do for the month of January will be with Nikki McDaniel, and she is a $1 million sales director with Mary Kay in South Dakota. So I think she'll be a fun one. So if we can get some of our customers on there, I think they'll be pretty excited for what she has to share, because she does one-on-one facials every day. She's got somebody at her house that she's pampering. So I think she'll have some good advice. And the goal is just to teach how you can work your business virtually or in person. And then hopefully this will be a good way for everyone to see how you could do that too. So anyway, yeah.
I guess that
was a
would
little
be my
win.
win too, is I took Leah's idea and kind of did the same thing. And I was the same way. I was like, well, I don't know if I'm going to get any hits, because like my group is like dead for some reason. And was like, okay, well, let me see if it works. And mine has kind of done the same way.
Okay.
The first night I had, I don't know, like three or so. Oh no, I guess I had like 5 people, I guess, comment. And I was like, okay, well, I'll send messages. And I'm like, I'm the same way. I don't have time right now to send out individual. I'm just gonna do a party.
Mhm.
And I was like, okay, well, maybe I'll get one that I ended up, everybody agreed to do a party, to be
Wow.
a hostess. So
Mhm.
2 of them are already hostesses this month. So 3 will be, I'm doing mine in February, the first week of February, because I'm kind of full for the rest of January.
Sure.
So I'm doing
Cool.
it the first week of February. And then, so I reposted it and I've had 2 more comments. So now I have, I don't know, unlike Leah, I have like, I don't know, like 5 hostesses now. And like she said, not everybody's probably gonna show up or invite people but I'm gonna do the
Mhm.
whole skincare party. So I don't know, we'll
Cool.
see. But
Yay.
yeah, I was
Well,
the same way. So I was like, well, yeah, it might work, it might not, but I need something. So
well, and
it did work. I mean, so
good. Well, I like how simple it is too, because you could almost just say, which of these applies to you? And then they just tell you. And then from there, then you'll say, okay, great. Well, can you help me? And then explain what you're doing. And most times, women want to help each other and they want to see each other succeed. So I think it's a great way to do that. Makes it easy. And you can do it in person or you can do it virtually. There's so many different ways. So,
and I took just if anybody wants to know, I took Leah's message that Leah sent, to her customers that replied, and it has about earning the career card, the second career card. So I used Leah's same message, except I tweaked it
Yeah.
to like helping our unit earn our second career card, where she had, I'm trying to earn, I just tweaked it. So,
yeah, nice.
you know, it shows that us as a unit,
Yes.
are working
Working together.
together, you know, to try to earn the second career card. So
Oh, that's great.
that's then, and it's even in there too, that if they, couldn't, if they don't want to do the party, that I'm still available for a one-on-one. So,
Yes.
but nobody has done the one-on-one yet. They replied with yes to the party. So Leah, just to let you know, I did keep the the
Oh,
career car in there.
okay, cool. We'll have to
Just
share
so,
that with the
yeah, so
group.
what you sent me that you were sending to your customers, you sent me a couple of different ones. I mean, I can share which one that I sent to my customers
Yeah, that'd be
as a
excellent.
reply.
I did
Okay.
say I tweaked the verbiage so that it was more that I was helping my director earn towards her second car by doing it.
Aw.
I have one maybe and one yes. So
Great.
I-
Yeah, that's good. I figure if we get one, it's exciting. We will
yeah,
take it. So, awesome. Yeah, Georgie, if you want to share that, that'd be great, and I can stick it in our little boards thing or whatever's easiest for people to see. So that'd be great. Thank you so much for helping, and it's just fun to watch each other kind of rally together. So awesome.
Yeah,
Well,
I was getting no parties. So,
okay,
I was getting frustrated because I was getting no parties. I was like, I need to do something. And for some reason, this worked. I mean,
great.
so it's working.
Well,
So
awesome.
I'm going to keep going with it until it doesn't work anymore, even if I
Good,
do it
good.
every month. So
Yes, do
I'll
what's
change it up,
working. Perfect. Awesome. Okay, well, thank you so much for hopping on, and I will let you guys go since we're a little after 8. I apologize for that, but I'm so glad to see all of you. It's always the highlight of my week to get to see you, and I hope that you have a great evening, and just reach out if you want to chat one-on-one. I'd be happy to do that with you. So I look forward to
Thank
seeing you next
you.
week.
And just a real
Yeah.
quick for everybody, there's a lot of people that
Yes.
knew that my mom was in the hospital. She is home.
Oh,
Oh,
So
good.
I just didn't know if everybody knew that she was home. She did come home last week. So she's home, and now
Good.
this week is doctor week. So just we have like 3 doctor's appointments this week, but she's home. So thank you, everybody.
Oh,
That's good. Good news.
what a relief. Thank you so much for sharing, Georgie.
So yeah, she's home.
Great. Okay, well, you give her a hug and we'll all plan on seeing you next week then at the same time, same place.
Right.
All right.
All
Thanks.
right.
All right.
Yeah, thank
Bye.
you. Take care.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.